Hey, how's it going, guys? We got Ulysses here getting first place at our locals. Congrats.
Thank you.
And go ahead, why don't you just walk us through your ShineGraymon deck?
Okay, so today, like you said, I play ShineGraymon. First of all,
Have a face the
okay.
other.
So
Yeah.
first of all is the Tamers. Play the Kari for the TKs. And for the starter TKs.
So what do you think of this ratio of Kari's at 3 and the other 2 at 4?
I'm not gonna lie, I want to play more rookies. I've been thinking about cutting this to just play 10 Tamers. But so far it hasn't failed me, honestly. This is always good. I'm always gonna keep this at 4. This is always good at 3. And the fact that this is a 2 cost comes up more than I like to admit. So the ratios never fail me, actually.
So
Like
even though
11
you were
Tamers.
thinking about playing more rookies,
Yeah. It hasn't failed me so
Yeah.
far. That's the problem. Like I wanna switch it, but like it hasn't failed me. That's for the Tamers. 11 Tamers in the main deck. Next for the options, I play 2 Glorious Bursts. Worst matchup is green, ShineGraymon. I want to get rid of it as soon as possible. I want to see it. So I don't play Eden's Javelin because of the rule change for Labramon and ShineGraymon interaction. That's the reason I play Glorious Burst. It's faster in my opinion. For the level 5s, 4 of the ShineGraymon. The Tamer effect is really good, but in my opinion, the thing that comes up a lot more than even the Tamer effect is the security +1. It gives you so much pressure. We'll never change this.
can't wait for the full arts next month.
Cannot wait for the full edge next one, as you can tell. Bring out yellow deck. 2 Angelmon, pretty good defensive card. I was thinking about playing the other one because it's also defensive and more offensive than this one.
What do you
But
mean the other one?
It's the 1.5.
Oh, the one that
Yeah, the
where she's
one-
on top
yeah.
of a building
Yeah.
and she
As
minus
a-
the security.
Yeah, minus security 2. It's basically a mini Kentaurusmon, and it also gives you the inheritable to play level 3. But this one came up a lot more than that one.
I feel like 2 seems to be the right amount for your level 5 ratios.
Yeah, this card is actually between like Shakumon and this. I always prefer this over Shakumon. I'm just not really scared of Rookie Rush at all. But you have to lose a match against Rookie Rush. Maybe when I lose it, I'll change my ways. This card overperformed every single match. I love this card. What is the other level 5 that costs 2? It's a Ankylomon?
It's like a rabbit looking thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing. The reason why I prefer this one over that is because it's a 5 cost. Every 1 card, when you put you at 4, we'll put you at 4. You just hard play this. They literally can out. Ultras can out it, which is the card that I'm scared of the most. Green is the only one who can easily out it if you hard play it. But
And
pretty
for
good
being
card.
a 5 cost, I mean, puts your opponent on the clock because that moment you can go.
that means the ShineGraymon is dropping. Right
Yeah.
away. ShineGraymon, like this boosts ShineGraymon right away. And you can also make your opponents nervous too. You know,
Definitely makes me nervous when I see a 5 drop out, especially
when somebody's playing ShineGraymon, you know.
yeah.
This make it so like you're playing more rookies. Honestly, Repamon's basically a rookie. Like a Siramon, it really overperformed today.
Yeah.
I think 3 is the best ratio though. I always see it when I want it, so
Doesn't get too cloggy.
no, it doesn't get to glory because you can always just call it all.
Yeah. And for a 3 cross for hard casting,
Yeah.
really good.
Really good. For Unimon, you lose to Rookie Rush, even though I'm not scared. Even though I'm not scared of Rookie Rush, still gotta respect the matchup.
Yeah.
Standard.
And especially when you're dealing against like Vmon decks with jamming.
Hate those, man. I hate Imperial Jamon. It makes me like so stressed. Turimon, this is really good level 4. The 6,000 always matter because if they Ultras, it's gonna be alive. They don't want to Omni this. Why would they do that? So, and the 1 cost is really good. Do you having a tamer and this and a Saruman equal? It's equivalent to a ShineGraymon for 3. So really like this card.
What I really like about Digimon is the fact that vanillas, man, they're borderline essential. They make a lot of your plays come together.
This card. This is the reason what I actually might want to cut the tamer. Super insane card. Being able to look at your security and if you want draw a card, it gives you so much positives.
A little ballsy when it nags you a security, but because you're playing yellow,
yeah, it doesn't really matter. Honestly speaking, it's never been an option in which I'm being like, oh, because of that Lotman I die. Most of the time I'm like, because of that Lotman I actually won.
I've seen people pretty much max that out at 4.
The problem about that is because you always want to hard play it. It wouldn't be like you're running a rookie. Because like if I see this in my hand, my first thought is like I got hard play it. There's no other way because like, it's such a good effect.
So if you were to bump it, you would put it at least 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it at 4 because I want to see my other rookie in here. Solomon, same thing for why Angelomon is here. It didn't overperform. It just did its job. I don't hate it. I actually kind of enjoy having it.
Having it too is that because it has such a late game effect, you don't ever really want to see it right away.
Yeah, I want to see a late game, but I mean it's not pretty good anyway.
Especially if you digivolve into it and then you level up, it's like it feels like you're just missing out on its value sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean it did do its job. Never let me down. Honestly, it just did what it had to do. Not too impressive, not too bad. 3 Labramons. If the rule was never changed, I would run this at 4, no cap. Pretty good card. Most of the time, I'm finding myself to kind of want to cut this to 2. Because when I get to late game, I just draw in too many cards. And with Lopmon, it's like... But still, pretty good card. Run it at 3. I like it at 3. Probably never change it.
It's like 3 is enough to just see one out.
Yeah. Alright, now one of my favorite rookies.
Patamon from the starter?
Patamon from the starter. This basically means that you can drop a shine or my other mega that I'm gonna see, that you're gonna see in a second, for 2 or 3 respectively. So if you have a level 5, which most of the time you're gonna have to, you're dropping a shine for 3, which basically makes it really aggressive of a deck, which is why I like this card. It overperformed at any point. I would not change this card. Keep it at 4. I always want to see it in my starting hand, honestly. Yeah. Now for the main boss monster, this guy is nuts. For the alternate shine.
Super shiny.
Yeah, absolutely shiny. You gotta bling it out. If you're playing ShineGraymon, you can only do this. You can't play it regular, you know.
Oh man, that rules me out from playing the deck.
It's actually pretty cheap if you think about it. Well, today, I don't know if it's because they're alternators or something, but I always saw it when I needed to. They're always in my security, so the TK just searched it. Having a TK in the security is just combo. Once this sticks into the board, you just win the game. Late game, you win the game because of this card. Obviously, boss monster. We don't want to take it. We take those, you know, ShineGraymon. And for early aggression, some people run the other megas that are in yellow. I prefer this one because this one gets rid of like at least every single level 5. And early game, this is just so strong.
Oh yeah, I'm honestly more worried about this guy. Every time when I see a level 5 yellow out on the board, I'm just like, they're gonna play slash I'm sorry, slash Angemon. It's like it's gonna happen, and then I'm gonna lose my 5, and then I don't get into my 6.
Yeah, and then when you have Patamon in this, it's just a 2 cost, 8,000 DP. Keep in mind there was a card called Symphony Polyphony that did essentially the same thing as a 5 cost, and it only did 7,000 DP. This is doing it for 2 memory, and it's doing 8,000 DP, which is essentially deleting like 90 99% of all Digimon in the game, except for the Megas. And if it's suspended, this is gonna delete any Digimon.
Now, playing against this particular card, I've noticed it stays on the board longer than it should.
Yes, definitely. It's funny. I had the ShineGraymon underneath it because I didn't see in that game. I didn't see my ShineGraymon early enough, so I dropped this to get rid of the level 5, so I wouldn't have to deal with the level 6 later on. And since I still had enough memory to attack, I was just like, okay, let me swing. I'm gonna lose it. I don't care. I did that so many times. He survived every single check. Like, it's surprising how long this thing lasts. 8,000 DP is actually relevant.
Yeah.
Alright, and we're moving to the X now. For the Upamon, insane card. This is basically like a harder effect than the jamming Beamon. Still pretty good. Late game, it literally unbreaks you. And people don't play this card. I think it's underrated. Here, Yarmon.
Yaman.
Yeah, with this on the board,
Yaromon.
if your opponent checks a Patamon with the level 5, they're most likely gonna lose. This one gives 1,000 DP to all your security checks. If they check a Patamon and you have 4 of the starter deck TKs, it's just 10,000 boost. I mean 9,000 boost, which puts the Patamon at 10,000.
Wow.
One of the decks that I hate the most is red. This is here to get rid of that level 5 that's 10,000 DP.
It's pretty smart, actually, because usually, from my experience playing red against yellow, they'll usually steamroll through.
Yeah, this just stops that straight up. That's why I like this card. One is enough though. One is enough. You really just want to see this most of the time, but one is enough for this.
Any matchups that you can't stand dealing against, or any matches, or at least in today's tournament?
In today's tournament, I just didn't want to see green most of the time, but I was very scared of Imperial Dramon Blue, because the Beamon just literally steamrolls way too fast and makes this card unplayable in that matchup.
Mm.
I have played against Imperial Dramon in other tournaments, and I just get stressed so much. Like, I'm like, please die.
Did you see any series?
I saw one Ceresmon. He was unlucky, so he wasn't able to get to the Ceresmon in game 3. So he got the one game of me when he threw into the Ceresmon.
At the end, you were playing against pretty much a mirror match, right?
Yeah, it was a yellow mirror match. I was so happy. I was like, this is one of my people. I can play with this. He was playing Mastermon. Pretty interesting matchup, honestly. It's just unfortunate he bricked a little bit, but.
Yeah, if I recall, he had the Petermon engine, which makes things a little more aggro on his end. And yeah, like with Mastimon, I played the deck that very similar to that earlier in the game, or in the tournament, and oh yeah, that Mastimon puts in work.
Yeah, that Mastimon puts in work if you let him have enough memory for it. I did not. Also got rid of every single level 5. So.
Oh yeah.
He didn't get to play the Mastimon. I had to do it, man. That's it for the deck profile.
So is this something you're gonna be committed to, like, until we get to set 4, or?
I'm still gonna play this in set 4.
Okay.
I'm playing this in Yellow War Greymon. Yeah, yellow's my favorite color in general, so.
Cool.
I've been wishing to play this deck for a very long time, so it's pretty good. Love this deck.
Well, appreciate you giving me a little deck profile. Can't wait to see you in our next tournament. And yeah, anything you want to say or shout outs?
Oh, shout out to David for practicing with me every time. Shout out to Rob as well. I hate playing against his green, but it's essential for me to win against green. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And to all the people in my locals that have practiced with me, that includes Ryan Pond, Arthur, Brand Fan, and Brandon Acom. Love you all. Thank you for helping me out here. I heard everybody's name but mine. I said Rob at the beginning, bro. Alright.
Alright. Thanks for having me. Well, thank you for your time.
Good job, Yuli.